Hey y'all, wake up, man. No chili bowl gang. What it do? So we're gonna do a Faux-Hawk today on my boy, man. This haircut used to be popular a while ago, man. It's something like a bald fade, though. It's gonna be around a while. You know, the sports players like it, especially the kids. So we're gonna get right into it, man. I got my Stylecraft sabers right here, doing that ball line right around the ear. Y'all already know what I do on one side. I try to do on the other. Try to pick up each clipper one time, or each blade, or guard rather. Um, we get the haircut done as quick as possible using that method. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side of the head. So we're gonna go around to the back of the head and we're gonna get a nice little V back here, right? Want to make it nice and even, right? And as you can see, I'm gonna take the lining from that V and go right into that ball line that I did around the ear. Give it kind of an arrow shape, if you know what I mean. Now, if you look right here, I'm giving it a little shape on the point of the Faux-Hawk. I see a lot of people do Faux-Hawks and they don't put no shape to it, right? It's one thing to get the fade right and the blend right. It's another thing to get the shape of the Faux-Hawk right. So I gave it a little shape there. And right here, of course, go ahead and blending that point into that ball line. All right here I got my 1.5 guard on my wild seniors, and I'm just knocking the bulk out from dark to light. This is extremely important. If you look, I'm holding the clippers at an angle because we know we kind of got that triangular shape on these Faux-Hawks. You know, got a nice little shape. Keep it by the parallel ridge. You wanna hit it with that guard. You see, I'm using the corner of the guard right here in order to blend that in. You can't be going in all the time with the whole goddamn guard. So now I'm taking that same 1.5 guard. I'm going against the grain. Same thing. I'm blending. I'm using the corners. You know, making sure that I don't make a hard line at all. Same thing on the other side. And my method is top to bottom. So I go from the bigger blades to the smaller blades, or the bigger guards to the smaller guards. I don't really make too many guidelines. I've been doing this too long. I kind of know where I put the last blade or guard it. So now I got my 1.5 on my Oster 76s, you know. And actually it's not a 1.5, but you could use a 1.5 in that place. This is an 18 skip tooth blade. This is my replacement for the 1.5. It basically cut exactly the same. To me, it's just a bit sharper. So, and even though I use the 1.5 guard, I'm still gonna come in with the blade to make it nice, crisp, and smooth. And it don't take me too much time. As you can see, what I do on one side, I also do to the other. You see I pull that brush out. That brush is gonna make the hair look like it would look if he was to style his hair at home and then leave out the door. So a lot of y'all do haircuts with combs, and then when a person brush their hair, it looks different. So now I got my 1A to go right up under that 18 skip tooth blade. I'm just going right up under it. See, I'm using the corner when I get down to the point of that Faux-Hawk, because you can create a hard line if you don't do it right. What I do on one side, I also do on the other. Same thing. See how I'm using them corners? Brush and cut, brush and cut. You can already see the transition. And the top of a Faux-Hawk is left pretty curly. Just hit it with the sponge or leave it natural, however. You don't necessarily have to shape it to where, you know, it looks like a fro or had that little mountain look. So we're not too concerned with that yet, but I'm gonna show y'all a method that I use to get at some form too. So as you can see, I'm using the corners with this 1A. You already see the blend is just dropping in there. You see I'm taking an 18 skip tooth blade, you know, still knocking some of that bulk out with the corners. The right side of the head get a bit tricky due to the direction that the hair grow. Gotta pay that a lot of attention. So now, of course, got my wall seams all the way open, and we just gonna go through the process. All the way open, then we're gonna go halfway, and then we're gonna go close. I'm trying to pick up each clipper one time. So what I do on one side, you already know, I do the same thing to the other side. Same thing. Wall seams, all the way open, going up under that 1A, then halfway, then close. And that's from top to bottom. Same thing. So after the fade is done, I'm gonna kind of get that V a nice little detail, because that matter. It gives it that HD look. You want to line it up before and after the blend to catch all them little bitty hairs to give it that nice little detail. Make sure it's nice and even. All right, so I'm gonna kind of comb down the hair around the lining, knock a little of that bulk off the line so we can get a nice smooth edge up, because it got a little layover there, and you don't want that to make your cut look all crazy. You want it nice and crisp. You want to expose the hairline. So you want your Faux-Hawk to kind of go in this slanting motion in the front. See how that look? That way when you put the line up on it, it's nice and crisp. So these are my Babyliss Low Pro FXs with the rose gold blade on it. Kind of tapping the line up right here. You know, getting it nice and straight. I don't think you need a tutorial on how to do a straight line up. See, when it comes to the curve right here, or C cup rather, you want to tap all the light hairs, right? Because you may get to the other side and notice that they're a bit uneven, and then you just even them out. You start at the longer side first. Nobody's edge of it's naturally perpendicular. You may have to go back and resize it, but you want to catch all the little hairs. So make sure you don't push them back. So this is me lining up the other side. Excuse my ashy ass elbow. Alright, so I'm taking my wild seniors and I'm giving this Faux-Hawk a nice little shape, right? This is extremely important. So I told y'all, you can do the blend right, you can do the fade right, but you gotta give it a little bit of a shape. This is important. Knocking some of those loose hairs off, giving it the shape that I want it to have. That way when the client come back each time, it makes the cut that much more easy because I put the proper shape on it. So even when it grow back, it's still gonna hold its shape. It makes it easier for me, and it lets the cut last longer for the client. Still giving it nice little detail. You know, you finish the cut, then you come back and do the details later. That's how you get shit done. Kind of tap on the line up a little bit more. Just me, you know, playing around, you know, giving it a little more detail. Any little things that I see, come back and, you know, correct them. The cut is pretty much done. So let me show y'all what that cut came out looking like. Boom. Look at that. Nice and clean. No chili ball gang, man. Y'all like the video, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, y'all wake y'all asses up.